Hey, yo, what on earth is going on? Didn't I just say that? This would take some time. You take something from me. I'm coming to get it back. Pensacola in the house. Roy Jones Jr. linking up with Errol Spence Jr. Junior and Junior. And this could be the start of a potential training relationship. I am so confused. But in this video, I'm going to help you be less confused. Let's get to it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, very interesting stuff from Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. Roy did a podcast with Andre Ward, their show or whatnot, and he said on All the Smoke Boxing, quote, "I'm going to Dallas tomorrow to work with Errol Spence a little bit. I don't have to be his trainer. I just want to help him get going and see what he can do. If he likes it, cool. Let's just get back up." End quote. So, I don't know. I guess Roy Jones is doing a shakeout and a session with Errol Spence, and maybe it's no strings attached, and they'll determine, maybe he's auditioning Roy Jones to be his trainer. As you guys know, his longtime trainer, Derek James, it kind of looked like after the Crawford fight, it ended sour. He's no longer with Derek James. I believe there's a lawsuit unless something has changed. I haven't heard about anything changing. They're kind of suing each other with the countersuit. So ultimately, he's no longer with Derek James. Neither is Frank Martin. So Errol Spence needs a new trainer if he's going to come back, because presumably he's not going to train himself. And maybe that's what he's in the search for, trying to figure out the next move and his next step back in the ring. So I got a couple different feelings about this. For one, it is a little bit weird because Roy Jones, and Roy was my favorite fighter growing up, but I'm always going to be real. I remember I got an interview with Roy Jones from years ago. This was way before the Crawford and Errol Spence fight even, because you have to remember, I haven't covered no fights live like that in years. So this was before the pandemic, before Crawford ended up beating Spence. But back then, there was an interview that I had with Roy Jones, and I felt like he was being kind of critical of Errol Spence. And he was like basically saying Errol Spence, his resume not that good, and he hasn't done enough kind of mentality. Even though he had beaten like probably Sean Porter, Ugas, Kell Brook, he just didn't seem that impressed. So to now hear a couple years later that he might train him, and the only thing Errol Spence has probably done since that interview is lose to Crawford and lose badly. So I found that to be, I don't know what changed. What changed? Now that Crawford got the victory and got undisputed, now you're in the market to help him? I don't know. Seemed kind of weird. Also, before Crawford Spence, I felt like Roy was heavily Crawford slanted. So I'm just wondering how this even came about right now to the point where they're linking up for a potential training session. But it's Errol Spence's career. It is what it is. You know, sometimes people have their opinion. Maybe it was no love lost or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the details. I do know that Jamal Charlo, a fellow Texan who is friends with Errol Spence, he spent some time with Roy Jones when he was getting his mental health right. So maybe Errol Spence got good word from Charlo or something to check out Uncle Roy and possibly go that route for a new trainer. So either way, I'm sure as of me recording the video, they haven't linked up, no photos or whatnot have come out, but I can imagine that stuff will show up. There'll probably be a photographer or somebody with a phone to show some pictures of them together, and we'll take it from there and see what happens next. So I don't know. As far as Errol Spence, I want to see him come back. You know, if he's down and his heart's still in it, I would definitely like to see him come back. He's always been money and fun to watch and a great fighter. So you don't want to end your career on a sour note, I would imagine. And I don't know. I'm not his doctor. I don't know his health situation or whatnot. If you feel like you have more left, or maybe you just needed this time off to really recover, I don't know. I have no idea what doctors have told him, because he had a couple issues like the detached retina, and he said something major happened in the training camp for the Danny Garcia fight. So probably residual effects of that car accident. So maybe he needed all this time off, and he's going to come and be rejuvenated. But in boxing, it can't just be about a paycheck. You got to really want this, because there's someone they want everything you have, and they're willing to, in essence, take your life for it legally. So he has to make that decision, a family decision, him and his family or whatnot. As far as Roy training him, I don't know, because Errol Spence and Roy fought totally different. Roy was like faster feet and super awkward. Errol Spence is like fundamental, slower feet, southpaw. It's just, they're totally different styles. And that's not to say Roy Jones can't train other styles, but when I seen Roy Jones working with Chris Eubank, he was doing a lot of the stuff in training, at least the clips I seen with Chris Eubank, that was kind of like Roy Jones's style. Like he was doing this stuff, and he was doing these drills with Chris Eubank, trying to get that Roy Jones type of footwork, chasing chickens type of training that Roy is known for. So against a style like Errol Spence, who's more flat-footed, fundamental, has the injuries and the car accident, I don't know. I don't know if there's a variation of that, if Roy can tailor make his style like completely separate from whatever he teaches Errol Spence. So at the end of the day, it'll be interesting. Let me know what you think. Errol Spence, Roy Jones linking up. As soon as more information becomes available, I will keep you guys posted. For more boxing news, subscribe. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate. So ultimately,